Hello everyone, got a new toy here. It's actually an add-on to some of the RC gadgets that I have. I purchased a transmitter, a Turnigy 9-channel 2.4 gigahertz transmitter and receiver. I'm going to open this up for the first time. I haven't plugged it in, bound it to the receiver or anything like that. What I do have is I also purchased this little blue LED kit that will illuminate the menu system on here. So I'm going to take it apart and I'll show you step by step what I've done. And this is all, I've never done it before, so this is all going to be new to me, and hopefully you'll learn something from it if you have one and you want to install it. Maybe I'll do something wrong and hopefully you won't. But anyways, let's open it up, see what's inside. This is what's inside the box. You have foam board here, you got the transmitter and the receiver. There we go. That's it. There are no instructions to this. You can download them off Hobby King's website. That's where I purchased this item from. Let's see what it looks like here. There you go. And let's move all this out of the way and open it right up and see if we can install that nice blue LED. Okay, here we go. The first thing you're going to notice is when you flip it over on the back, you got to remove these screws. You have two on top, and you have two more here on the sides, and then on the very bottom you have another two. One here and one over here. I opened the battery tray. I didn't see any other screws. I would remove this to check to see if there's a screw underneath it, but I'm not going to do that because this is actually a wired module. It's actually connected to the antenna. Later on I'm going to have to find another way to route the wire out the back, maybe with some kind of clamp or clip here, and then back into the transmitter so I can remove it when I want to put different modules in there. Okay, so let's get to removing these screws. You're going to have a Phillips head screwdriver to do this this little task here. And the last screw here should be the last screw. That's all that I could find. There we go. Okay, she should open up pretty easily now that you have removed all the screws. There she goes. Now inside you have to remove one harness, and very delicately you're going to remove this harness from the circuit board. The reason you need to do that is you need to be able to free this up so you can do your job. Now you can take the whole back off. Okay, now with the back off, you're going to remove this harness and you're going to remove these screws. So here comes the harness. There's that. Okay, you're going to remove 9 screws here. This is 1. Okay, after you have removed the 9 screws, one here, one here, one here, one here, 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 one behind this bundle, and one here. They're all black screws. You're going to remove this from this, and you're going to slowly pick up the entire board, and carefully. Okay, once you've lifted the board, you're going to see this foam here. You're going to need to remove this foam. Very carefully, very slowly, pull it back. Work it nice and easily. This foam is much larger than we need once we place another LED behind this display. So we need a much thinner foam. It is quite tacky. Just be careful what you're doing here. Use a little bit of pressure, but I think you should use a lot more patience than pressure. There we go. Be very careful. This can pop out, these buttons. In fact, let's place them right back in there before we forget. There we go. Okay. Now on the package, you have the foam board. That's what we're going to place on there now. Remove the tape and apply it to the circuit board. I'm just going to go exactly over the tape mark from the last foam piece that was on here. Just like that. There we go. Okay, next step is we place the board down. We put some double-sided tape on here. I'm not going to do that. I don't have double-sided tape. I'm going to take Scotch tape, roll it, put it on there, and then press it down. It may not last as long as actual double-sided tape, but if it ever fails, I'll open it up and replace it as I need it. Okay, here you have my ghetto-style double-sided tape, and I do live in the ghetto. I'm going to place the board down, wires facing towards the right side. Okay, I placed the board in. Now I'm starting to place the screws back into place. What you're going to notice here is you're going to have two different types of screws. You're going to have a little bit larger and a little bit thinner. The thinner ones will remain here, 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 and the one there. So you're going to have 5 smaller screws on the inside. The 4 larger go to the main on the outside. Okay, so I plugged this back in, and the cables that came out here, I plugged it into here. And this is going to sit right in here. This is about the only spot you're going to have room for this harness. Okay, now we're going to place this harness back into here, and we're going to replace the whole back very carefully. Make sure this is set nice and neat in there. It needs a spot to fit. Alright, let's give it a shot. Okay, back is back on. When you're done with that, you're going to replace all the screws, throw some batteries in here, and let's see what happens. Okay, I installed the batteries. All the screws went in properly. Just remember, when you take it apart on the inside, you're going to have 4 large screws on each corner, and then on the main circuit board on the inside you're going to have 5 smaller threaded screws. Make sure you put them in the proper order. Also, make sure you don't pinch any of the wires when you put it back together. Make sure you look at everything, make sure everything moves smoothly. All your controls seem to move smoothly. All your buttons have that nice tactile click. And then screw it down, put the batteries in, and see if it lights up. There we go. Pretty nice. Everything seems to have lined up fairly well, and can't wait to use it.